Now, welcome to Transfer Business and News with Ordained Crown Prince and Poku-Hitzfield. Today is a lovely Wednesday. Happy New Month to every African. Happy New Month to every Manchester United fan and every global citizen across this beautiful continent, this beautiful planet called Earth. Happy New Month. And today, I want to talk about the Manchester United ownership. Today, I want to talk about how far we are in terms of getting Manchester United to where it wants to be or it needs to be. And as Manchester United fans, we've been unfortunate with the owners we've had for the past 18 to 20 years, and that is the Glazer family. Now, finally, the Glazer family want to sell Manchester United, but they want to go at their own pace. They want to go adding more difficulties to the new regime that will come. Now, in November, the Glazer family announced that they were selling Manchester United, and we are in May. And yet Manchester United's takeover is still not complete. Now, we know Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he claiming he's a Manchester United fan. This should even tell us that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is nowhere near a Manchester United fan. Because if he is a Manchester United fan, he wouldn't have made a deal. He wouldn't have made a proposal to have the Glazers own 20% of Manchester United going forward. And that is why I feel Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos and the Glazers need to be far away from Manchester United. It is about time we bring in owners who care about Manchester United. And I think that is what Sheikh Jassim Al-Thani will bring to Manchester United. Now, irrespective of the fact that Sir Jim Ratcliffe values Manchester United more and gave 20% of Manchester United, or is offering 20% to the Glazer family, which is Joel and Avram Glazer, should tell us that, I said irrespective, right? Irrespective of what they do, we don't care. We think, as on Reunited Live and me personally, what I think is Sir Jim Ratcliffe will be another Glazer. Because where would the debt go? Would it go on Ineos? Would the debt be on Manchester United? And we owe so much. We've been paying money in interest for quite some time now. Now, we know the Glazer family bought Manchester United on debt, and they are leaving the club on debt. Now, Sir Jim Ratcliffe has promised to put that debt on Ineos. Sheikh Jassim wants to clear that debt and also build infrastructure around Manchester United. Everything around Manchester United is in tatters now. Now, a friend of mine sent me a video where the washrooms at Old Trafford was flooded with urine, man. The washroom at Old Trafford was flooded with urine. And this is what the Glazers have succumbed Manchester United to be. We used to have the best facilities in England and around the world, but now Manchester United is just like a second fiddle team. We used to be playing in the Champions League. We are in the Europa League, and it's been over 10 years or close to 10 years since Manchester United won the Premier League title. Now, every season, going into every season as a Manchester United fan, I go into the season thinking Manchester United should be favorites winning the Premier League. As a matter of fact, we've won the Premier League more than any other team. So every Manchester United fan, the day that a Manchester United fan will be like, placing fourth is okay, is the day where the club sinks. And we've seen so many clubs sinking to the bottom. We've seen what Nottingham Forest is now, a club that won the Champions League without proper management, without proper leadership. Look at where Nottingham Forest is. Look at Aston Villa. People don't know Aston Villa has won the Premier League or the league 7 times, more than Chelsea, more than City, or probably on par with City now. So if Manchester United don't structure our things well, if we don't get ambitious owners, if we don't get owners that care about Manchester United, what it will happen is we will find ourselves in an Everton situation, because Everton has 9 Premier League titles. We might find ourselves as an Everton when other teams have caught up to us. And it is clear to see that so many teams have caught up to Manchester United now. And it's about time we need an owner that cares about the club so much to change the infrastructures, build new infrastructures, invest in players and everything around the club. Now, yesterday, Arsenal beat Chelsea, and Chelsea have lost 6 games in a row, man. Chelsea have lost their last 6 games in a row. Now, if you're a Chelsea fan, let me know in the comment section below what you think about that game yesterday. Do you think it was right to sack Thomas Tuchel? Do you think it was the right decision to sack Thomas Tuchel? Because he won the Champions League and he had a few difficulties and he was sacked. Since then, Graham Potter has been brought in. Now Frank Lampard is back in the helm, and yet Chelsea are on a losing streak. 6 consecutive games without even a draw. Think about it. 6 games without a draw, not to talk of a victory. And that is where, if you don't put your things right, if you don't... Now, you see, life in itself need rules, regulation, and planning. Once you default in one of these, it makes everything else become bad. And that is what Chelsea is going through at the moment. So welcome to Transfer Business and News. Now, on Sunday, Bruno Fernandes netted the only goal against Aston Villa at Old Trafford. Now, he was the match winner at Old Trafford, and I was thinking, Bruno Fernandes went from being in crutches to playing 180 minutes. Is Bruno Fernandes a vampire? Now, those of you who have watched Vampire Diaries, you see they heal faster. And I'm thinking, Bruno Fernandes, how could you go from that picture to playing 180 minutes and scoring the winner at Old Trafford? Now, Bruno Fernandes probably hasn't missed a game through injury. That guy is an ox, man. I think we need to test Bruno Fernandes' blood to see whether he has the same blood as Anthony Martial. Because even when Anthony Martial coughs, he will be injured, man. And that goal at Old Trafford on Sunday against Aston Villa was the 100th career goal of Bruno Fernandes. And we are happy he is the Manchester United captain. Now, you know, Harry Maguire is virtually like, Harry Maguire is not the Manchester United captain. Everybody can see that. He's just like the ceremonial captain. When he plays, he takes the captain armband. Now, the game against Aston Villa, Casemiro was back to his best. We saw the Casemiro earlier on in the season in the game against Aston Villa. Now, I think the reason why Casemiro has gone down a bit is because of the red cards he has received. You know, sometimes it weighs on your mind when you've been cautioned not to do it again. And he had never received a red card in his life at Real Madrid. But then as soon as he came to Manchester United and people realized he was the cement between our stones, Anthony Taylor gave him a red card. And I think in the game against Southampton, he was red carded as well, man. And since then, since his suspension, he came back not the Casemiro we knew, but in the game against Aston Villa, he came back roaring, and we could see the tackles flying in, timing the tackles, and what's the word, man. So Casemiro is back to his best, and I hope he can end this season strong, considering the fact that Scott McTominay is injured and a few players get injured often, man. Everybody should be like Bruno Fernandes. If we have 11 Bruno Fernandes, we could have gone all the way to the Europa League final, man, because Bruno Fernandes is an ox. Now, speaking about injuries, Licha, Scott McTominay recently posted something on Instagram saying he is on his way back from injury. So we are hoping to see more numbers in the latter stages of the Premier League season or of the season in a whole. But we are hoping that Rafael Varane will be back. At least Rafael Varane will be back for the final against Manchester City on 3rd June, the FA Cup final. Now, speaking about centre backs, let me give a shout out to Victor Lindelof for the amazing job he's been doing in the absence of Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane. Now, in the game against Aston Villa, he shown his work again. Lindelof and Shaw did an extremely marvelous job, man. He headed the ball on the goal line, I think. Yes, from Douglas Luiz. And his overall performance since our first choice center backs were injured has improved and improved. And you can see him passing the ball to the fullbacks and moving into midfield, man. He passes the ball and moves into midfield. And it is something he has in his locker. And I'm happy that he is showcasing his talent to the world. So much love to Victor Lindelof. Much love to every Manchester United fan. Tomorrow we play Brighton again. Now we are sick of Brighton, man. They beat us 4-0. Was it 4-0? No. They beat us around 3-1 or 4-1 earlier on in the season at Old Trafford. Now we are going to the Amex Stadium, and we know that Manchester United don't do well when we move to hostile grounds. But we need to revenge the victory they had at Old Trafford. Because since then, Manchester United have gone unbeaten at home. And Brighton is the only team that beat Manchester United this season. Now, let me send love to all the viewers. Let me read a few messages. Leo Cole Jr. says, United forever. Manchester United, the biggest club in the world. That is where we want to be. We want to stay as the biggest club in the world. That is why we need to get rid of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the Glazers, and all those people who don't want Manchester United good. Because, as I said, as soon as Sir Jim Ratcliffe even thought of giving 20% of Manchester United back in his bid to the Glazers, shows where he is as a person. Because as Manchester United fans, we've always known for the past close to 20 years that the Glazers are the problem. We do everything late. Manchester United are not proactive in anything. And that is what we are seeing. The summer transfer window is right upon us. And yet we even don't know who will be the owners of Manchester United. And the Glazer family, thank you for ruining this big club, man. Thank you. Take your 5 billion quid and get out of Manchester United. And we hope never to see you again around the club. Because a club that was supposed to be competing at the highest echelons is far, far below what fans expect from this great club. Now, let me move around. Let me move from that negativity with the Glazers and let me speak about Alejandro Garnacho. Now, Alejandro Garnacho signed a new 5-year deal and he will be at Manchester United till 2028, and that is good news. Now, speaking about good news, I have 3 good news with regards to Alejandro Garnacho. Of course, he is back training after sustaining that injury to Southampton. Now, in that game against Southampton, Kyle Walker-Peters injured him in the penalty box. No penalty was given, and he ended up being injured for like 2 months. But then Casemiro was red carded in that same match. That is the double standards we'll be talking about in the Premier League. Now, the third good news about Alejandro Garnacho is the fact that he and his longtime girlfriend, now, whatever you think, Alejandro Garnacho is 18, he's having a kid. He is virtually like a kid having a kid. But then this is life. You make decisions, you stick by it, and everybody's life is different. You can't force another person to live your life because you decided to give birth at 30 years. Alejandro Garnacho has the money, he has the contract, he thinks he is with the love of his life, and he's having a son. Now, the child is not even born. the child has been given a name, Enzo Garnacho, and Garnacho is already buying clothes for his son. And this is what we want to see. We want to see responsible fathers in this world, man. If every father is responsible, we will have less single parenthood in black people and in the world in general, right? Okay. So much congratulations to Alejandro Garnacho and his girlfriend for what? For the pregnancy or what? Okay. For congratulations. All I need to say is congratulations to Alejandro Garnacho for being on the route or the route to become a father. Now let me know what you think about the game against Brighton. Manchester United fans, what will be the scores? And I want, if you're a Chelsea fan and you are watching me, please tell me something. Was it the right decision to sack Thomas Tuchel? And what is happening at Chelsea right now? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll read it out loud. Today is a very quick show as well. Catch me on Friday on Uncensored Friday. Let's talk about Ghana. Let's talk about Africa. Let us talk about the way to empower black people. Let us talk about how we can invent our own version of fat game. If we want to be Christians, we want to read everything in the Bible and believe everything in the Bible, then we should also know that the same Christians, the same Jews have systems that make them live abundantly. And Fargain is an example of a system they use among each other. I think the Glazer family are using Fargain to sell Manchester United to Sir Jim Ratcliffe. It's the same system they are using. So much love to every Manchester United fan. Much love to every Ghanaian, every African, whether you are in Kampala, Harare, Nairobi, Gaborone, Addis Ababa, Tunis, Rabat, Yamoussoukro, Conakry, Freetown, Banjul, Bangui, Nouakchott, Niamey, Lomé, Accra, wherever you are, wherever you find yourself on this beautiful continent of Africa. Much love to you. And if you're a Manchester United fan too, you are my brother already. So if you're a Manchester United fan, it's like the icing on the cake, right? Right? Because then we can talk about Africa and then we can talk about Manchester United as well. So tomorrow at the Amex Stadium, we will be playing Brighton. As I said, happy new month. Monday I was live, but unfortunately, I don't know what happened, man. I did a show for over 1 hour and yet it wasn't recorded. Can you imagine? Spending 1 hour of the Ordained Crown Prince time without recording. TikTok, you better be careful. TikTok, don't make me spend time here because time is currency and time is money, man. How can I do a show for over 1 hour to my brothers in Africa and then you tell me you couldn't record it? So shout outs to TikTok. Shout outs to everybody doing good, man. And it's about time we make love lead us. And if there is love, there is everything, man. Now, it's been a pleasure having you guys on the show. Send me your messages. Let me read it live. And I'll be ending the show very, very, very soon, man. As I said, Bruno Fernandes needs to be investigated. Maybe the guy is a vampire, man. Because he went from being in crutches to playing 180 minutes and scoring the winner at Old Trafford on Sunday. And then he had an assist against Hospes as well, man. Bruno Fernandes. All I can do is send you much love to you and your beautiful family. We are proud of you. You came to Manchester United and you have embodied what it takes to be a Manchester United player. And you are a true Manchester United captain. So much love to Bruno Fernandes. Much love to the guy, man. I love Bruno Fernandes. I love him. But then sometimes he wants to stand and play football. That is what I hate about Bruno sometimes, man. Sometimes he gets the ball, and where he gets the ball, he won't move an inch. He wants to play the killer pass there. Move it. Sometimes that is the only thing I don't like about Bruno. But then, how can I fault the man who has scored so many goals for Manchester United and has helped the Manchester United into the first trophy in 5 years, right? So we won the Carling Cup, and hopefully we can win the FA Cup. So the Glazer family, shout out to the Glazer family. Glazer out. I'm not giving you shout outs. Glazer out. We need you gone and gone from Manchester United. What you've taken from this club is enough. Enough is enough. Leave us and let us enjoy Manchester United's greatness again, because it has been nothing but mediocrity during your tenure. Transfers drag on. I look at Bayern Munich and I'm like, how do Bayern do their businesses so fast, and yet Manchester United will take ages to buy a player, and the player will end up not even coming to Manchester United? We had that with Jadon Sancho. We had that with Frankie de Jong. Jadon Sancho, we spent a summer chasing him. Why didn't you tell him earlier? Why didn't you see him and be like, we want you this summer? If there is no chance, you move to other targets or wait until the next year, right? So we need to be proactive in every decision making at Manchester United. And I think if we get owners that are proactive, that know football, this club is on the rise again. And I'm sending much love to every Manchester United fan. It's been a pleasure having you for the past 25 minutes or so. I'll be leaving you guys in a bit. Catch you on Uncensored Friday. Chichicha, I'm leaving you with power and abundance. See you same time next week. Bye.